One last drunken night in the place where we'd spent so many drunken nights. A goodbye to college life and the celebration of whatever came next. As it turned out, we got the drunken part right, but that was it. "I shouldn't talk shit about this place," Peter said. "For all I know, next month I'll be down here begging for change right alongside these guys. That's not gonna happen. If this grant doesn't come through, that's exactly what'll happen. Have you heard anything?" Peter shook his head. "They make you wait. They want to drive you insane before they crush your spirit." "That's positive." "That's reality. Do you know how many artists applied for this grant? I'm amazed I'm in the running at all." "I'm not. You've done great." Peter smiled. "You're kidding, right?" "What about that gallery show?" "That was almost 2 years ago." "No, was it? Do you know how many paintings I've sold since then?" He didn't wait for me to answer. 3! And that includes the pity sale from you." "It wasn't pity," I said. "I love that painting." Peter waved me off. "Doesn't matter. If this grant doesn't come through, I'm done with art. I'll move on to something else. I can't live down here and starve anymore. It was fine when we were both in school, and I had you to split the rent, but I'm not doing it by myself." I wanted to tell him he'd be fine, that things would get better, but I kept quiet. Peter and I had been friends for too long. I knew his moods almost as well as I knew mine, and I'd seen him hit these low points enough over the years to know that sometimes the best thing to say was nothing at all. Empty encouragement would just make things worse. I glanced down at my watch. It was long past midnight, and the only sounds on the street were the wind and the low rumble of the highway echoing through the empty maze of buildings around us. The silence was nice, but it didn't take long before it got to be too much. "You can always stay with us," I said, "if things get really bad." Peter laughed. "I'm sure Ronnie would be thrilled to have me crashing on her $2,000 couch. You know how much she loves me. I'm just offering, and I appreciate it. That's a terrible idea. She'd kill you for even mentioning it. No point in ruining your new life over me." Peter had a point, and I didn't argue. I didn't think Veronica hated Peter, but they never saw eye to eye. She tolerated him because he was my friend, but I had no doubt how she'd react if I brought him home to stay for a while. "I can lend you money," I said. "Something to tide you over until the grant comes through." "Thanks, but I don't want to take your money." He got quiet again, and then he looked up and smiled. "Maybe I can find another roommate." "I thought you already looked." "Not seriously," he said. "Can't just jump into that kind of decision. You might end up sharing a refrigerator with a psycho. You have to know the person a little, right?" "I guess so." "What about Julia?" I slowed. "What? Didn't you say she was coming home in a couple of months?" He smiled. "If she's really taking a year off, she'll need a place to crash after your folks kick her out." "You think that's funny?" "What?" Peter held out his hands, palms up. "She's gonna need a place, and I need a new roommate." "Don't even think about it." "I don't see why not," Peter said. "She's what, 19? Almost 20? Home from her first year at college, confused about the future and the great big world out there. I bet she could use a sympathetic shoulder to lean on now and then." I stopped walking, stared at Peter. "You think she still wants me, don't you?" Peter smiled. "Look, that was years ago. She was just a kid, and I'm sure whatever urges she had are long gone." "Not funny." "Maybe you're right to be worried," Peter laughed. "Those high school crushes can die hard. That's enough. Now that she's all grown up, if I play my cards right, maybe I'll wind up in the family after all." He winked. "Even if it's just casually." I stepped in fast, grabbed him around the neck, pulling him into a headlock. I thought I'd dug in, but he pushed me away easily, laughing. "Come on, I'm not the one you have to worry about," he said. "You know what she's like. It's only a matter of time until she works her way down the list to me. And let's face it, she's a beautiful girl." "I'm only human." I charged him, and and he stepped to the side. "You really want to do this?" he asked. "Stand still, asshole." I charged him again, but this time he didn't laugh. He didn't try to move or fight back. Instead, he just stood there, looking past me, frowning.